I'm here on a Tuesday and I have some money to budget. I got my bonus in from work for last quarter, the quarter that ended in December. That just came in. It came in as its own paycheck this time, so it's a little off cycle, which is kind of nice in a way. So we've got some additional money. It's like a whole other paycheck I wasn't expecting, which is nice because I never, expect my bonus. But I did do something kind of silly that I need to fix. So I accidentally overpaid on one of my credit cards. The auto payment had already gone through, and then I overpaid. So it kind of really threw everything off. So this is going to be, I think, a pretty quick video because I think most of this is just going to go to, I had to pull, because since I overpaid on that credit card, I had to pull that money out of my budget. So I pulled everything out, and I was just making sure that everything was covered because it was, my budget was lying to me because it's thought that I had more money than I did because I had an overpayment on this credit card. It was a whole thing. So now that that's all rectified, we can put this budget kind of back together. It all happened, it was just a silly little goof that I made. Luckily, I had the money to cover in my checking account because I've been trying to build up that buffer again. So let's take a look at this, see what we got. I pulled literally everything out to make sure that my budget was accurate. So I apparently at some point, why am I at $54 in my haircut category? That's not right either. Silly. Okay, I've been just clicking and touching and doing things apparently. So this credit card right here has an overpayment on it. And so my budget thinks that I have more money than I do. I want this is the card that I overpaid on. I want that money to just sit there until I dispense it out because I don't use this card for a lot of things. So I want to be kind of intentional and just have this here until I need to. I don't want it to be a liar, but it already is because this money was distributed in my budget, which was not true. I got super confused when all this happened and I had to figure it out the hard way. So I'm going to make this the total that I am overpaid on this card. That I'm leaving that in just so you know that nobody's perfect. Forgot to put obviously not what I want that to be. There it is. 197.87. My goodness, what a morning I'm having. So now that this is here and I can account for that in some things, it's going to make this month a little wonky for me, I think, but I don't want to put that money, distribute it around, and then use the wrong card, and it's just so confusing to me when I'm using. I only ever use this credit card usually for DoorDash, and just I have a couple recurring bills on there. So it doesn't get used a ton, especially right now since I'm not ordering out as much. But it will get used, and I will use that credit up. So I'm just gonna have to be very intentional with that, and that's gonna be what that is. So what I do need to do, since I pulled everything out to make sure that everything was covered, everything was good, I didn't want to carry any credit card debt or anything, I pulled everything out of this payment line for this credit card, and I don't like that, so I'm going to come over here. I just reconciled this account, so I'm going to put 505.77 into this account, so that will cover the payment, and then we can zero that out, and all is good. And that's going to be what I do with my fund money from my bonus, because I don't know, I got a little floaty with that card, just a little bit. I'd be like $200-$300 over what I wanted it to be, and I didn't like that, and I don't like that vibe. I don't like that energy, so we're going to pay that off 100%, and then I overpaid on this card, so that threw it off even more. So we fixed that. That is now fixed, and that is more important to me. That is more important to me than anything else I would do with that money. And then I am going to put the rest actually in my dental category because I have a dentist appointment on the 14th of February that I know I'm going to need some dental work done. So this is probably the least exciting use of a bonus I could possibly imagine. But what is fun is that with this check going through in its own little way, I have another $275 that I was not expecting in the month of January to go towards my student loans. So thanks for that bonus. Love ya. work, $1,300 towards that, and everything's kind of looking good. We'll see what I'm gonna go try to do a video where I go over what my spending was in January and how I made progress on my financial goals in January. I'm gonna try to knock that out today. We'll see. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little extra Tuesday boring budget. Make better choices than me and pay attention to your credit card payments. Thanks very much. See you all soon.